So, my name is Raymond Effa. I'm a fourth year medical student.
I'm Kendall and I'm a natural sciences student.
My name is Bertie. I am currently studying child and mental health nursing.
I'm Nathaniel, as you say. I studied PPE, so philosophy, politics and economics.
I'm Serena and I study fashion marketing with management at the Winchester School of Art.
You can only ever learn as much as people tell you, in the sense that I could never experience what it would be like to be white. But I think there are a lot of calculations you make and things you think about just before doing things that I find a lot of white people don't have to do.
If I'm walking down the street and say I want to go to like a restaurant, I'm going to be honest here. If there is all black people in there, I'm most likely to go into that restaurant. Because sometimes you walk into a restaurant, I will tell you now, you will get stares. If I do get angry or if I do get upset, am I the angry black woman or the aggressive black woman, or the loud black women?
When you hear other people talked of in certain terms, you go, oh wow, would they talk about me like that if I wasn't here?
Being in nursing, when I'm going on placements, I don't have to just worry about the placement and how it's going to go. I also have to worry about, are people going to like me there? Like, are people going to like someone that looks like me?
I remember one student told me a story about how they had a patient come into their practice. Before they even enter the room, the doctor actually says to the patient, are you happy to talk to a medical student? So this patient said, yeah, I'm more than happy to. But as soon as she entered the room, she just said, I'm not comfortable talking about my issues anymore. It's just like, I don't want to talk to people of her kind. Now you have an experience where you've got a racist patient and you've come to placement to learn, and that's all you've come to do, and suddenly you have a patient that just doesn't want to speak to you simply because of your skin color.
It's not uncommon for students to be shouted things at in the streets. Me and my flatmate, who's also black, have had people shout things in the street.
We're in a local establishment, and one of my friends was racially abused, and sort of the reaction I think of the rest of the guys was great. They were all like, look, we can't have this, and a lot of the guys have sort of talked more and been more aware of things since. And for a lot of them, they were like, oh my gosh, they can't believe this happens. I had to mix both the emotion of, I'm glad you realise this is the way life is, or at least for some of us, but also, where have you been? Have you lived under a rock?
I think the comforting part about that story, though, was the fact that the doctor approached it in the correct way, which is to say, I'm not going to speak to you because you can't turn around and say you don't want to speak to them simply because of your racist views, and our surgery isn't going to allow that.
My overwhelming emotion then was I'm grateful I've clearly made friends with the right people who sort of won't stand for this, and I'm glad that they've reflected not just on that, but the fact that happened in front of their eyes has led to some other changes.
There was one time when I was just in a seminar, and so one of the international students, she's my friend though, she was playing with my hair, but I couldn't even feel that she was playing with my hair. One of the UK students said, stop doing that, no, you don't do that. But I felt so bad for the international student because she genuinely did not know what she'd done wrong. Bless her, she brought me digestive biscuits and everything to apologise, she was genuinely so sorry.
The thing for me is the interpersonal racism is being sort of put on a spotlight as if that's the problem, but the problem is that we live in a racialised society, and that's just one manifestation of racism. I think a lot of white people want to know how they can be allies. There's no thing that you can do as an individual that will change the racialised system that we live in. So if you want to support the BAME community, you have to realise that these issues affect everyone, and we all need to be fighting them together.